hello, hello. How are you? My name is Tosca, and it is such a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. I am here to share my story of what I do and why I do it, even in the midst of emotional turmoil and chaos. So, before I actually do that, beautiful ones, let's bring our hands to our heart and just connect, knowing our big, beautiful, radiant heart, the joy in our heart. And as we breathe, let's take a glorious breath in. Connecting our beautiful hearts as one heart. And as we take another glorious breath in, breathing in all together now, we connect with one beautiful breath. And next breath in, we connect now in one big, beautiful joy together. It is my honor to be here with you today. I wanted to acknowledge the traditional custodians of our lands who have been here 1,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago, and they have never ceded sovereignty in their connection to the waters, the lands, the oceans. I want to pay my respects to the Jabberkai people where I live, the forest people. And I would like to pay respect to wherever you are and your elders, traditional elders. And let's pay respect also to our beautiful ancestors, our goddesses, our guides, our teachers, both formal and informal, and to where we are in this beautiful world, Mama Earth. Just taking a glorious breath in and allowing those beautiful words just to soak through our being. Thank you. Thank you. So let me share with you a story where it all began with me in the most unexpected ways, where I did not think I would find joy. If anything, I thought I would find sadness, despair, shock, all of that. And yes, that is also a part of my story and my journey. So once upon a time, I used to bargain with God. Yes. As crazy as that sounds, I used to bargain with God. I'd say, God, I can have that. I can't have that. I want that. I don't want that. And in all of that, choosing to control God, choosing to decide, no, I'm not going to have sadness. I'm not going to have death. I'm not going to have that. Yes, give me everything that I want and nothing I don't want. Well, here is the story of where that went to. My mother gave me a call, and it has marked the time for me. It has marked that point in that time because it was so poignant for me. It changed my world and it changed my life to what I do today. In 2008, on the 1st of June, my mother rang me and I picked up the phone. She said, "Hi, hello, Toss. I have something to tell you. Please take a seat." Automatically, I knew this was not going to be good news. This was going to be dramatic news because previously that's exactly what she says to me when she tells me something not so good. I said, "Yes, Mum, I'm taking a seat." She goes, "I need to tell you something." She says, "I got the results and I got the information back from the doctors. And I have to tell you that I have cancer. I have to tell you that I don't know what stage it is. I don't know if it's stage 3, stage 2. I don't know if it's throughout my entire body. I don't know if I'm going to live or I'm going to die from this journey." She said, but I do know that I need to have a double mastectomy and it needs to happen very soon. I have booked in the double mastectomy in 2 weeks' time. To be very honest with you, I do not remember the end of that phone call because in that moment, that one moment where she shared that information with me, my world came crushing down. It came rocketing down with a huge big thud. And I felt numb. I felt shocked. I felt in total disbelief. And I flung myself on the bed and I howled. I howled like a little baby. I howled for hours. I screamed, I moaned, I groaned. I yelled at God. I got really angry at God. I said, God, this is not okay. We had already walked the journey with my dad having cancer, watching him going from a healthy, vibrant, joyful man, father, to a man who didn't want to leave and ultimately then had no choice but to leave. We watched the deterioration. We watched the process of that journey that he went through and the journey that we went through. So, sure as God, I did not want that again in my life. That was one thing I didn't want, need, or desire. So I yelled at God. I said, no way, God. How dare you bring cancer back into my family with my mother, my beloved mother of all people? You're not allowed to do this. You are not allowed to take my mother. You took my father. You're not allowed to take my mother. So, yes, I was very angry. I was very raw. I was very pissed off with God. So I made the decision to go and spend time with my mum. I took time off from work. I took time away from my family and my children. And I made the decision. Do I go on this journey willingly or unwillingly? What am I going to choose? Because seriously, I was already on the journey. After that phone call, I was already on the journey. And that was not going to be a choice that has already going to happen. The choice was willingly or unwillingly. So after much soul searching, I made the choice to go willingly. So I flew all the way down to Coffs Harbour and I went into the hospital room and I was there in recovery and when she came out of hospital. And I remember seeing her arriving with drains and bags and painkillers and all of that. And doctors not knowing what was going to happen and all of that. The emotional fear of cancer was rippling through me. But I knew one thing, that I was there and I was willingly there. A number of days passed and my mum and I spent the hours in the hospital room talking, sharing, laughing, connecting, praying, singing, and connecting on that deep soul level. We felt the untamed joy. We felt love. We felt all of that, even in the midst of the storm that was going on around us. The doctors, the nurses, the diagnoses, all of that. We walked the journey moment by moment as she came in whatever way she came, sore, raw, in pain, whatever it was. We met each other in those precious moments. and decided to choose joy and love as a medicine through this emotional storm. I know it sounds really strange, but it happened. We were smiling. We were even laughing. We were crying, but we weren't limited by what was going on around us. There was no past, there was no future. It was just the precious moment of the now. And that's all we needed to be in, moment by moment, moment by hour by hour. That's all it was. It didn't matter in whatever way the limitations or the expectations of what was going on. Yes, we still felt grief at times, and we still felt sadness. And we still felt that things were not predictable or things weren't, still up the air and all of this. But what we did know was that we had those moments of connection together. We had those moments of diving deep into the bliss of joy and even laughing in the face of a huge emotional storm. So I no longer bargain with God because I realized in those moments, in those days, in those hours, I had already had everything I ever wanted. I wanted that deep soul connection. I wanted to feel the joy. I wanted to feel the expansive expression of meeting her in whatever way she came. It was untamed. So that is why I no longer bargain with God, because I realize I have everything I already want. And it doesn't matter now if there's cancer diagnoses, whatever comes will be okay, because I trust now. I trust that everything is exactly how it's meant to be. Yes, some things I won't like, some things I will like, and that is okay, because there is always medicine in untamed joy. That is where it lies. So, dear beautiful ones, that is what I do. And that is my life purpose, to support glorious women reclaiming their untamed natures in the midst of emotional chaos and turmoil. It is my passion to do this for beautiful women. So, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this story and this journey. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your listening ears. And as I bring my heart and my hand to my heart, and I bring big joy, one joy for us all, I thank you. Much love. Thank you.